Hello, welcome to this lesson on interest rates. We're going to start out with this equation. The real interest rate equals the nominal interest rate minus expected inflation. So interest rate is what you have to pay back when you borrow money, or the rate of return that you get when you lend money to somebody else or invest. If we can see that the real interest rate is 5% and expected inflation is 2%, how much is the nominal interest rate? Well, we're going to solve for the nominal interest rate. That would mean that we would do 5 plus 2. That gives us a nominal interest rate of 7%. In this example, the nominal interest rate is 10%. Expected inflation is 2%. So what's the real interest rate? That will be 10 minus 2. That gives us a real interest rate of 8%. The real interest rate being the rate of return adjusted for inflation, and the nominal interest rate being not adjusted for inflation. So here we're trying to adjust for inflation to get the real interest rate. You can see the future value of something by using the future value formula, which is the present value of something times 1 plus the interest rate to the number of periods or years. So we have the present value as $10, interest rate as 10% or point 0.1 or point 0.10, and the number of periods, number of years is 5. We can plug them in here. The future value is going to equal 10 times 1 plus 0.10, which is the interest rate, to the power of 5, because that's the number of periods. That gives us $16.11, which means that $10 will be worth $16.11 in 5 years if the interest rate is 10%. You can also look at the present value of a future amount of something. So present value equals the future value divided by 1 plus the interest rate to, again, the number of periods or years. So if the future value is $10, the interest rate is 20% or 0.20, and the number of periods is 3. This is the present value formula. So it'll be 10 divided by 1 plus 0.20, that's the interest rate, to the power of the number of periods, which is 3. That gives us $5.79, which means that $10 that I will have in 3 years is the same as being worth $5.79 today if the interest rate is going to be 20%. Now, another thing we have to talk about are bonds. Bonds are loans made by investors to firms or governments. Um, when current interest rates go up, the value of previously issued bonds are going to go down because people would rather get the new higher interest rate bonds. So there's that inverse relationship between bond values and current interest rates. And if interest rates right now go down, then the previously issued bonds, which have higher relative interest rates than the current ones, are going to go up in value. That's all for this lesson. See you next time.